Ready to become fluent in English? Hit subscribe for expert tips and practical exercises that will elevate your speaking skills. Let's get started. When I was younger, I thought life was a straight road, clear, predictable, and easy to follow. But as the years passed, I realized it's more like a winding path, full of unexpected turns, steep climbs, and breathtaking views. My name is Caleb, and this is the story of how I found love and purpose on a road I never planned to take. It all started on a rainy afternoon. I was at my lowest, having just quit a high-paying corporate job that drained my soul. Everyone around me thought I was crazy. Why would you leave such a secure life? They asked. But deep down, I knew I wasn't happy. I was chasing money, not meaning. That day, I took a walk to clear my mind. The rain poured down, soaking me completely, but I didn't care. I ended up at a small bookstore tucked into the corner of a quiet street. It wasn't part of my plan, but something drew me inside. The scent of old books filled the air, and soft jazz music played in the background. As I browsed the shelves, a voice broke the silence, looking for something specific, or just exploring. I turned to see her, Ella. She had a gentle smile and curious eyes, the kind that seemed to see right through you. We struck up a conversation, and before I knew it, hours had passed. Ella told me she owned the store and loved creating a space where people could escape and dream. Her passion was contagious. That evening, as I left the store, I felt something I hadn't felt in years: hope. Ella and I started to see each other often. She encouraged me to stop fearing failure and to start chasing what truly mattered to me. The road less traveled might be harder, but it's where you'll find yourself, she said. Inspired by her words, I decided to take a leap of faith. I poured my savings into opening a small woodworking shop, something I'd always dreamed of but never had the courage to pursue. First, business was slow, and doubt crept in. But Ella was there every step of the way, reminding me to trust the process. One day, a customer ordered a custom table for his anniversary. It was my first big project, and I poured my heart into it. When he saw the finished piece, his reaction brought tears to my eyes. He told me it wasn't just a table, it was a memory in the making. As my business grew, so did my relationship with Ella. We faced challenges together, from financial struggles to personal fears. But our love deepened with every obstacle. She taught me that success isn't about reaching a destination. It's about the journey and the people who walk it with you. Years later, as I stood in my thriving workshop, I thought back to that rainy day when I walked into her bookstore. If I had stayed on the path everyone expected me to follow, I might have been financially secure, But I wouldn't have found true happiness. I wouldn't have found Ella. Now, whenever I see someone standing at a crossroads, I share my story. Take the road less traveled. I tell them, it may not be easy, but it's where you'll discover who you truly are. Moral of the story: 1. Follow your heart. True fulfillment comes from pursuing what you love, not what others expect of you. 2. Embrace challenges. They are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. 3. Value relationships. Surround yourself with people who inspire and support you. Part 2. Months turned into years, and my woodworking shop became a beloved part of the community. People from all walks of life visited, not just to buy furniture, but to share their dreams and struggles. My work became more than just crafting tables and chairs. It became a way to connect with others and inspire them. Ella's bookstore also grew, turning into a hub for writers, artists, and dreamers. We often joke that our lives were like the shelves in her store, filled with different stories, each one unique and meaningful. Together, we created a life we were proud of, one rooted in passion and purpose. But life wasn't without its challenges. One year, a major storm hit our town, leaving both our shops damaged. The floodwaters ruined Ella's rare book collection, and my workshop tools rusted beyond repair. Felt like starting over. And for a moment, I wondered if we could handle it. Ella, ever the optimist, refused to let the storm define us. Caleb, she said, holding my hand, we've walked this road before. We'll do it again. And this time, we'll be even stronger. Her unwavering belief in our ability to rebuild gave me strength. We worked tirelessly, pouring every ounce of energy into restoring what we had lost. Our community rallied behind us, offering their support in ways we never expected. Some helped repair the roof. Others donated books and tools. And many simply came to remind us that we weren't alone. The experience taught me that success isn't measured by how much you have, but by how much you give and receive in return. Our shops reopened with a fresh sense of purpose, and the bond between Ella and me grew deeper than ever. One day, as we sat under the oak tree in the park, Ella turned to me with a thoughtful expression. Do you ever wonder where we'd be if you hadn't walked into my bookstore that day? She asked. I smiled, remembering the rain-soaked day that changed everything. I think I'd still be lost, following someone else's map instead of drawing my own. I replied, you taught me that the best paths aren't always the easiest.
Ella laughed softly.
And you taught me that love isn't about finding someone who walks the same road. It's about finding someone who makes the journey worth taking. In that moment, I realized just how much we had grown, not just as individuals but as partners. Our struggles had shaped us, and our love had been the constant that carried us through. The road less traveled had indeed been challenging, but it had given us a life rich with meaning and connection. Final reflection. Now, as I sit in my workshop carving a piece of wood, I think about how far we've come. The scars of our journey aren't flaws, they're reminders of the strength it takes to keep moving forward. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this: don't fear the unknown. Don't let setbacks define you. And most importantly, don't wait for the perfect moment to start your journey. The road less traveled might seem daunting, but it's where you'll find the most beautiful parts of yourself. So, if you're standing at a crossroads, I urge you, take that first step. Follow your passion. And if you're lucky, you might just find someone like Ella to walk beside you. Moral of the story: 1. Rebuilding is part of the journey. Challenges and setbacks are opportunities to grow stronger. 2. Community matters. Support from others can make even the hardest times bearable. 3. Love is a partnership. True love inspires and uplifts, helping you navigate the toughest roads. Part 3. Years later. Our journey took another unexpected turn, a good one this time. Ella and I were invited to speak at a community event, sharing our story of resilience, love, and the power of chasing dreams. First, I hesitated. Public speaking had never been my strength, and I wasn't sure if our story would truly resonate. Ella, always my anchor, smiled and said, "Caleb, the road less traveled isn't just about what you've done. It's about the inspiration you can give to others. You've lived it, now it's time to share it." On the day of the event, as we stood in front of a small but attentive audience, I took a deep breath and began to speak. I talked about leaving my secure corporate job, the rainy day that led me to Ella's bookstore, and how our love and determination turned our dreams into reality. Ella shared her side of the story, her belief in creating spaces where people could find meaning and connection. As we spoke, I could see the spark of recognition in people's eyes. Some nodded along. Others wiped away tears. A young woman approached us afterward, her voice trembling with emotion. "Your story gave me the courage to leave a toxic job I've been stuck in for years," she said. "I want to follow my passion for photography, but I've always been too afraid." Ella placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "The first step is always the hardest," she said. "But once you take it, you'll see just how strong you really are." That moment reaffirmed why we had walked this path. It wasn't just about our happiness. It was about helping others find theirs too. New beginnings, The event sparked something inside both of us. Ella decided to expand her bookstore into a creative hub, offering workshops for writers, artists, and dreamers to hone their crafts. I started hosting woodworking classes, teaching people how to build with their hands while connecting with their hearts. Our days became fuller, but also richer. Watching people discover their talents and build confidence reminded us of our own journey. One evening, as we sat on the porch of our small home, Ella turned to me. "Do you ever think about how life might have been if we'd chosen the easy road?" I thought for a moment before replying. "Maybe it would have been simpler," I said. "But it wouldn't have been ours. And I wouldn't trade this life or you for anything." She smiled, her eyes filled with gratitude and love. "Neither would I," she whispered. The legacy of the road less traveled. As the years passed, our efforts began to ripple through the community. People who once doubted their abilities started businesses, pursued passions, and strengthened their relationships. Our little bookstore and woodworking shop became symbols of hope, a reminder that the road less traveled, though uncertain, is worth the journey. One day, Ella and I planted an oak tree in the park where we often sat together. Beneath it, we placed a plaque that read, "To all who seek their path, take the road less traveled. It's where you'll find your truest self." We grew old under that tree, watching the lives we touched blossom into something beautiful. Our story became part of theirs, and theirs became part of ours, a testament to the power of love, resilience, and choosing to walk a different path. Final words. Now, as I reflect on my life, I realize one thing. It wasn't just the road we took that made all the difference. It was the people we met, the lessons we learned, and the love that guided us through every twist and turn. So, if you're standing at a crossroads, wondering which way to go, let me tell you, choose the road that scares you, excites you, and challenges you. Because it's on that road where you'll find the most beautiful destination, your true self. Moral of the story. 1. Inspire others. Your journey can encourage those who feel lost or afraid to find their path. 2. Build a legacy. The choices you make today can positively impact generations to come. 3. Cherish love and community. These are the foundations of a meaningful life. The end. Years rolled by, and Ella and I grew old together. Yet our spirits remained young. The little bookstore became a cornerstone of the town, and my woodworking classes continued to inspire creativity. People came from far and wide, drawn not just by what we had built but by the love and resilience that anchored our journey. One crisp autumn morning, Ella and I sat beneath the oak tree in the Dreamer's Grove. The leaves rustled gently in the breeze, their golden hues reflecting the warmth of the sun. We held hands, silently watching children play and couples stroll through the park. Do you think we've done enough? Ella asked softly, her gaze fixed on the horizon. I turned to her, my heart swelling with gratitude. More than enough, I said. We've lived a life true to ourselves. We've loved deeply, inspired others, and left a mark that will outlast us.
Ella smiled.
A tear slipping down her cheek. It's funny, she said. How life brings you to places you never imagined. All it took was one rainy day, one chance meeting, and a leap of faith. That's the beauty of the road less traveled, I replied. It's not about where it takes you, it's about what you discover along the way. A legacy of love. Ella passed peacefully one evening as the sun dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a world she had made brighter. Her love, wisdom, and courage became the foundation of a legacy that continued to inspire long after she was gone. In her honor, I dedicated myself to continuing the work we had started. The bookstore and the creative hub expanded, reaching even more dreamers. Every day, as I walked through the Dreamers Grove and saw the joy it brought to others, I felt Ella's presence. Final reflection. Now, as I sit under that same oak tree, my hair silver and my steps slower, I think about the choices that brought me here. The road less traveled wasn't easy, but it was worth every struggle, every sacrifice, and every moment of doubt. To anyone who asks if I have any regrets, I simply smile and say, none. Because the road less traveled led me to Ella, purpose, and to a life I wouldn't trade for anything. The oak tree stands tall, its roots deep and its branches reaching toward the sky, a symbol of everything Ella and I believed in. And as I close my eyes, I can almost hear her voice, whispering through the leaves. Keep walking, Caleb. The road isn't over yet. Moral of the story: 1. Life is a journey, not a destination. Take the road less traveled and cherish the lessons it teaches. 2. Love leaves a legacy. True love doesn't end. It continues to inspire others long after it's gone. 3. Purpose is found in giving back. Sharing your story and helping others can create a ripple effect of hope and resilience. Let's enrich our vocabulary with some new words. 1. Cornerstone. Definition: something of great importance that forms the foundation of success or development. Example: the little bookstore became a cornerstone of the town's creative community. 2. Resilience. Definition: the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. Toughness. Example: Their resilience inspired others to face their own challenges. 3. Crisp. Definition: cool and fresh, often describing weather. Example: one crisp autumn morning, we sat beneath the oak tree. 4. Rustle. Definition: a soft, light sound made by leaves or paper when moved gently. Example: the leaves rustled gently in the breeze. 5. Horizon. Definition: the line where the earth or sea seems to meet the sky. Example: Ella's gaze was fixed on the horizon. 6. Gratitude. Definition: the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation. Example: my heart swelled with gratitude as I looked at Ella. 7. Mark. Definition: a noticeable effect or influence. Example: they left a mark that would outlast their lifetimes. 8. Leap of faith. Definition: an act of believing in or attempting something uncertain or risky. Example: all it took was one leap of faith to change their lives forever. 9. Legacy. Definition: something handed down from the past, such as achievements or values. Example: Ella left a legacy of love and inspiration. 10. Dedicate. Definition: to devote time, effort, or oneself to a particular purpose. Example: he dedicated himself to continuing their work. 11. Presence. Definition: the state or feeling of being present or nearby. Example: Caleb felt Ella's presence in every corner of the park. I'm so glad you spent this time with me. If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Take care, and see you next time.